I'm doing Sunday's video now in the middle of the day, Monday, because June came last night, exip, and it was very exciting, and we were so tired we didn't get in until almost 3 in the morning, and then we stayed up a little bit and talked. So, Sunday wasn't too exciting. It was mostly like a free day, so I didn't really sleep in, but I woke up and I wasn't feeling very good. I went and got lunch. First I walked down near Neiman Road, and I finally went to Dang Bakery, and I got things for June and I to share, including some little muffin things. It's more like a yeast roll that's filled with this green plant custard. It doesn't sound good, but it's good. It has an earthy taste like green tea, but it's not green tea. You can see it in there. Let me take it out. It's like I'm just showing you plastic. That you can see like the green inside is custard, and it's really, really full of custard, and it's like a yeast roll. And then these things, which I don't remember, June knows what they're called, but I don't. They're like pastries. And then I got us some really good looking green tea and Thai tea. And then after that, there was a little place set up next to Dang Bakery where a guy, it was pretty much street food, and he was so nice. He let me take pictures of him cooking, and the food was really good. It was like rice, white rice with this bok choy and chicken, and it was made with soy sauce and like some sort of sweet sauce, but it was mostly salty, and it was really, really good. So what else? After that, my stomach hurt. I think what I ate for lunch had MSG in it, because I was incapacitated for about 2 hours. So I just laid down and watched Simon and Martina eat your kimchi on YouTube for a while, and kind of just relaxed. And then it was about 4 o'clock, and I got up and I went back to Neiman Road to get a foot massage. I went to my favorite little place, Lana Massage, and they didn't understand that I just wanted a foot massage. So it took a while for me to be like, no, foot massage. And it was more like a leg massage, because they rubbed like my whole leg, like all the way up to the sides of my hips. But it was really nice. It made my hips feel a lot better. Not so much my feet, though, oddly enough. It was mostly my legs feel really good. And it was an hour long, and the lady didn't speak very much English, so she was just like, this okay? And I'm like, yeah, you're doing fine. And she was really rough with my muscles, which was good. And they did this weird on my foot pressure therapy, but she had some sort of implement that kind of looked like a cuticle pusher, but it was rounded at the top, and she would stick it at pressure points on my foot, like here, and she'd push in, but she didn't tell me, like usually people say breathe in, hold it, and then when they release, you let it out. And so she hit my foot here, here, which hurt the most, and then like here, and then like on 2 places on my foot, and then like on the sides of my feet. But it was good. They used some really nice lotion, and my feet were really dry, so that was nice. And of course I tipped her, but I was looking for Morn, and she wasn't there. And they didn't understand who I was looking for, because she was the one who probably speaks the best English. But they gave me her phone number, which I already had, and I'll probably use June's phone later to give her a phone call and see if I can see her before we leave. And then after that, June got here. She got here late. I came in and I worked on packing some of my stuff. I cleaned up the room a little bit. I made a document of like the resale stuff, and packed up, cleaned up. I changed my clothes, and June came, but see, I thought that when I saw her, I was going to cry, I was going to freak out, but we were in such a hurry because she got here so late. Walking Street was only open for like another half hour, and we were both so hungry, at least I was, that we didn't have time. I bought lots of artwork. I finished buying all the art that I wanted to get for like family, and then my boyfriend and I. But we saw this ice cream that I took lots of pictures of, that it's homemade ice cream. They make it right in front of you, and it's got you pick like fruit and stuff you want to go into it, and you pick yogurt or vanilla ice cream, and the person pours like a cup full of, like, it just looks like thickened milk onto this frozen platter that's built into the cart. And he crushed up all the strawberries and blueberries and was like just constantly with like this flat hand spatula, constantly like cutting it up and moving it around until it made an ice cream. And then he spread it out really thin when it had gotten nice and thick like ice cream. And he let it sit for like 5 seconds. It was really fast, took like a minute. And then he pushed it forward to scrape it into these little rolls of ice cream, and then topped it with strawberry and blueberry sauce. And we picked yogurt ice cream, and it was so good. And then we also found these little fried, June said that they were called fried sandwich squares. And we got one that was corn, and both of them had like Japanese mayonnaise, which is really sweet, in it. And then the other one was ham and Swiss. The ham and Swiss was Japanese mayonnaise. I ate half of it, but I really didn't. And I ate half of it and then decided that I didn't like it. So June ate the rest of that one. The corn one was very good, though. And then after that, we found ice cream mochi. Mochi is like a glutinous rice flour cake that's traditionally filled with sweet red beans, and I love mochi, and I'd never tried mochi ice cream, and it was okay. The mixing of textures was really strange, and we ended up getting like a Korean banana mochi, and the banana was really good, but at the same time it tasted really artificial, and with the mochi, like, artificial flavors just didn't go well. And then June and I went to Neiman Road for the nightlife, which most places, especially like bars, start closing around 1. Of course, I wasn't gonna take June to a bar. I didn't do that. But we went to the nightlife, and we went and we saw, like, just kind of walked around, and then the place, June wanted to go to this place called Gu Fusion Roti and Tea, and they are open until 1:30 a.m. So we got to go there, and I got this juice that was carrot, pineapple, and orange juice, and it tasted more like vegetable juice, but it was mostly ice. For 75 baht, that's pretty expensive. It was like a over $2 drink, and it was mostly, well, it wasn't worth what I paid, but it was really good. And we had roti, which is like, it was really cool to watch them stretch the dough. It's like a really thin, it's like in between a crepe and a tortilla, and they fill it, and then like they cook it on like a flat. It looks like a traditional pizza brick, and they cooked that on there. And we got roti that was, the first one that they brought out to us was a dessert one, and it was whipped cream and this stuff called foy. And foy is like egg yolk and sugar and a little bit of vanilla that's been like whipped together and then turned into like floss, and it looked like squash. I thought it was some kind of squash, but it was very, very good, and they covered it in sweetened condensed milk. It was really good. And then June got some ramen that tasted a lot like a cow soy soup base, which is really spicy and has a little bit of coconut milk. And then ramen noodles, which were really yummy, and a bunch of vegetables that had like corn and carrots and peas in it. And it was really, and egg. It had like multiple big chunks of egg in it, which I really like. I like egg in my ramen. So that was really good. And it, of course, roti and tea. So it came with tea that was, June said that it was like the normal tea, like in their country. So it was basically like the Thai version of Lipton, but it was very tasty. It was very good. Sorry, my ears. I got my ears pierced a few months ago, and I think they're infected again. They keep oozing stuff. So, sorry. So while we were there, I had made a quip about half an hour before we sat down for lunch about how I was surprised that I hadn't seen anyone get hit in Thailand yet. Lo and behold, while we were sitting there eating dinner, there was a car that hit someone on a bike, which there are more bikes here than cars, like a motorbike, like almost like a moped type thing. And lo and behold, we saw someone get hit. Luckily, the girl was fine. They didn't hit her. They hit the side of her bike. It seemed like she was making a turn. They were going straight. Neither one of them was paying attention. And I think the car was in a position where they were supposed to stop. But they hit her and she flew off of her bike. And she was crying, but luckily she was okay. I don't know if her bike was, or she was just too shaken up. But she ended up getting in the car with the person who hit her. And no police came, no ambulances, but I don't think she needed one. And it's not protocol here to have an ambulance come like it is in America, or to have like police come and take a report. And I'm pretty sure like she got into the car with the person who hit her. And I was really surprised that, especially in as much traffic, he could have just zoomed off and would have totally gotten away with it. But he stopped and made sure she was okay. And a lot of people from the restaurant ran out and checked on her. And luckily she was fine. But that was really scary because we heard it and I turned around to see her fly off her bike. Into the middle of the road too, and traffic does not stop for accidents. So like even after she flew off her bike, there were people on bikes driving around her. So that was really freaky. Like usually in America, if there's an accident, like there's a traffic guard out or someone comes out and directs traffic. There was none of that. People just flew past her while she was in the middle of the road. But I mean, she got up and she was okay. She was definitely shaken up, but so that was really scary, and I felt bad because I felt like I jinxed it. But I mean, it's scary to see how people drive on motorbikes. They drive so fast and they swerve between like two lanes of traffic. They'll swerve in between the cars. And I've seen a couple people, one was a man and one was a woman, with like their babies strapped to their front. And I'm like, if you got into an accident, even something like that where they hit the bike and you flew off, you could easily kill your baby. Like it's terrifying to me. But I mean, of course, it would be much cheaper than a car, especially if you don't go long distances. Anywho, that was pretty much my night. Oh, when we went, backing up to when I first went on Neiman Street, I found this wonderful little macaron place, and I walked down a few alleys by myself just to see what was there, just to kind of explore. And I knew enough about the area that I knew which direction I needed to go to get back to the hostel. So I just wanted to walk around and see what there was. And I found this little alleyway that had a bunch of like homemade coffee shops and bakeries, which are everywhere. But I found this macaron shop called Caprice, and they have all sorts of really good, you can see the box, that pink box, really good macarons. So I got some for June and I to share. I'll show you. It's in a cute little, the box is so cute. And it's really good. So here is, this one's kiwi. It's got like a kiwi jelly in the middle. This one's passion fruit. I haven't tried these flavors yet. This is green tea. I got one for June and one for me. Thai tea, which actually has tea in it. See that on top? That's tea leaves. This one I already tried. It's rose and lychee flavored, which I like. I love flower flavors like lavender. This was really good. This was pineapple and capre. It was some kind of leaf, and so it tastes like pineapple, but with some kind of really earthy. If you like, the flavor is very similar to like grass drinks, but it's not as earthy, like it's not as grassy. But I bought these. They were 20 baht a piece, which is like 75 cents, or you could get 10 for 190 baht. So that's what I did. I just got 10 of them, and they are so good. Best macarons I've ever had. So fast forward, when we were on Walking Street, there was a band performing a song, and it was so funny because they were singing Zombies. So it was just, and I've had it stuck in my head ever since. And it's in my head, they're in my head, zombies, zombies, zombie. He's like, oh my gosh. And we heard that on Walking Street, and I was like, am I still in Thailand? What is this? And I heard someone the other day at the night market singing like respect and singing like all sorts of stuff, but they speaking like really good English, but this person was jamming out zombie, And so I was walking around, head banging, having a good time. But that was pretty much my day, Sunday. So I'll tell you more about today later.